mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. Ave Maria, Kyrie eleison. Father, I am one with God. I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. We are one with the heart of the mother. We are one with the heart of love. We are one with the heart of the Father. We are one with God. I honor the place in you where the entire universe resides. I honor the place in you of love, light, truth, and peace. I honor the place in you where when you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, there is only one of us. Namaste. And our opening song today is called Make Peace. The words are very simple. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. If you feel like dancing, this would be a time. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Like the Macarena, we got hand movements. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. If every journey begins with a single step, I'm taking my first step now. If we are to be the change that we want to see, I'm changing myself now. Always a good place to start, the one in the mirror. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. All right, we're gonna get a little funky now. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Yeah. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Yo, 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 don't wait for peace to come. Be the change you want to see. Gandhi said that, yo. And now a word from our sponsor.
All right. Welcome to West Valley Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Reverend Clyde Goins. I'm the assistant minister here, and I want to welcome you on this fun-filled, fantastic weekend. Not only because we're having fun with the costumes, but we have a beautiful, beautiful guest speakers / musicians. I'll talk about them just in a second. But and we have a wonderful potluck afterwards. So first, a couple of quick announcements. The first one is starting November the 7th, it's at 6 to 7, 4 weeks long. Kay Fontana, one of our practitioners, will be doing, Dr. Kay Fontana, one of our practitioners, will be doing a Qigong workshop and teaching you all about Qigong and more, but it's going to start November the 7th. And then we just have two save the dates. One of them is December the 20th is going to be our candlelight service, and it's a beautiful experience that we have here at West Valley. And then on December the 2nd at 9 a.m. is when we're going to be decorating the center with our Christmas decorations and stuff. So if you're available on that Saturday to come and help out with that decoration, we'd love to have you. It takes about an hour or two to get done, but you can help us set this place up for all the festive activities that's coming up. All right, so that's all the funds, and of course everything is in the announcements, in the newsletter as well as on the bulletin. And then one last reminder is it's time to pay. So we are collecting for the Gourmets for God. It was a very wonderful, successful fundraiser that we've done, and so we've got all the bids in. We've got Julie has sent out the emails to everybody, and so she'll be available after service to collect payments for your dinners. And so again, we want to thank all the hosts as well as all the people that are participating. You'll see it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful experience. All right, and then so a little bit different with the service today is we'll do the opening prayer, and then we're going to turn the show over to Armand and Angelina, and you're going to be really wowed with this experience. So Armand is an award-winning songwriter and inspirational speaker and a rapper whose enthusiastic presence inspires us to love life passionately. And Angelina's heart-opening and angelic and beautiful precious presence that she has is I've gone off note here, but she's this beautiful presence. Her voice draws from many languages. She is classically trained at Indiana University and was formerly with Epcot Center. They're international performers using songs, stories, humor, and remind us now to open our hearts and remember that we are meant to experience heaven on earth. So they will be doing the whole service today, and so you guys are really in for a wonderful, incredible treat. Also, I want to let you guys know that they do a flute workshop after. They're going to do a flute workshop after the service. We have a lot going on today. And one other thing about this flute workshop that they're doing, other than it's incredible, and they will show you all these beautiful flutes, but they're also the judges for the judge contest. So you can butter up to them by joining their flute contest to be a winner in the prize. So, all right. So with that all being said, we are going to do the vision statement. So if we could say that vision statement together. We are a loving, joy-filled community honoring the many paths to God as we learn and live the science of mind principles. Now, if we can just settle down a little bit and just drop from our heads and all this excitement into our heart and be opened for our opening song and be open for the Armand and Angelina's beautiful message for us today. And then we will have invocation afterwards. So just be silent, be still. Let's go within.
I will make a quiet place within my heart. I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord.
Be still, my soul, be still. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still and know.
I will make a quiet place within my mind. And I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord.
Be still, my soul, be still. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still and know.
I will make a quiet place within my life. And I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord. I will make a quiet place.
As we take a breath in, and we know that God is all there is. His loving transformation into good, the divine expression of that one mind, here and now, is God. God is expressing through you, in you, as you, around you. God is all there is. And I know that right here greatest good for me and everyone else. We accept this, we love this, we say thank you, Mother, Father, God. And together we release this into the universe, knowing it is done, and so it is. Thank you. We must definitively and consistently know that the universe is for us and not against us. But some will say the universe is not for us. Look at all the evil, the limitations, lack, and the physical pain and anguish of the human race. We shall have to learn that evil is neither person, place, or thing of itself, but it is an experience which we are allowed to have because our divine individuality until through negative experiences, we must learn to use the law affirmatively. I'd like you to take some time here and think about that and know that God is all there is. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you.
I've been in New Thought churches for almost 40 years. I thought I had seen and heard everything. Thank you, God, for a world that constantly surprises me. We are delighted to be back with you. I'd like to do a little Yoda impression. Oh, the science of mind is very strong in this group. In my 30s and 40s and 50s, and 40s and 50s with Angelina, we were exploring as many possibilities as many different New Thought churches around the country. In our 60s, we are now honing down to our favorite ones. Thank God y'all are part of it, because it is... Trying to think of how we dressed. We dressed as full self-expression today.
Right. Well,
I've never had an outfit that expressed the chaos that goes on in here 24/7. This is an ADHC outfit right here.
well, usually I have to apologize for this outfit to some churches because it's a bit loud. But today, you fit right in, Armand.
And Angelina's dressed as her fully self-expressed angelic human self. Awesome.
Right.
All right, so I would like to say something that I said last night at the concert because it goes so well along with Reverend Susan's talk this morning. And that is the word pronoia. And that basically is the opposite of paranoia. The universe is not conspiring against me. It is conspiring on my behalf. And so we encourage you, as Reverend Susan was encouraging you, to be as pronoid as you can possibly be and constantly expect. As my friend Reverend Kira Bear says, that is so usual. When something happens really cool, just say, that is so usual. Okay, so our song this morning, our first song is called Everything Will Be Okay in the End. It was inspired by the Best Exotic Marigold Hotel. And these times are probably the most challenging times for me to practice the idea that everything will be okay in the end if I look at the news too much. And so we'll encourage you to bring this little phrase into your prayers the next time it looks like it's not going to be, which if you turn the news on, it will look like it's not going to be. There's more escalation. But let me tell you something. No escalator goes as high as God. So, amen. All right, so we hope you will sing along. Now, by the way, this is not cultural appropriation, what I'm about to do. This is cultural appreciation, man. Because this is an island song. Okay, hit it. Ooh, yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Nothing in this universe will ever last. So if you're feeling low, this too shall pass. Nothing in this universe will ever last. So if you're feeling low, this too shall pass. Why? Because everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Here we go. Sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la. Every happy song has to have some sha la la la's in it. Sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la. Even when the darkness seems to hide your way, after every night, a brand new day. Even if the world news seems to hide your way, after every night, a brand new day. A brand new day. A beautiful sunny day. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Okay, sha-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la-la. Okay, here comes the tricky part, New Thought people. Even when it all just seems to go your way, don't get attached, it's gonna change. Even when it all just seems to go your way, no matter how many times you saw The Secret, it's still gonna change. That's okay, because everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Just the audience. It's not the end, it's not the end. It's not the end. So if you don't like the weather, wait a day. It's not the end. It's not the end. You can't believe all they talk about on TV are politics. It's not the end. It's not the end. Oh yeah. It's not the end. But this is the end, and everything is Iriman. Okay. So this time of year is a great reminder of what the Science of Mind teaches, to be inclusive, and this includes everything around this time, from the mystical and the mythical to the gothic and to the macabre. It's all part of the yin-yang perfection of infinite possibilities. So today's message is, there is no such thing as rejection, okay? And that's another thing that's great about the Halloween time. You can dress up, you can even wear guts on your chest, right? And it's okay. By the way, Lady Gaga says she wants her outfit back. No, anyway. Okay. So we're going to be talking and singing about different ways to remember the idea that the universe is conspiring on our behalf. We all have tons of stories about something that we thought didn't happen the way it was supposed to happen, and then later on, we realize, oh my God, thank goodness. There's no such thing as rejection. It only looks like rejection. And we will all find out at one point why it happened the way it did. To me, the science of mind wants to narrow the gap between confusion and trust. We can have trust before we even know what's going to happen. Trust that it's going to happen the way it's supposed to. Trust in divine order, okay? Trust that everything will be okay in the end. We've all had situations like maybe getting fired from a job that later on turned out to be our blessing. Angelina was talking about last night how they let go of her at Epcot Center right after 9/11, which opened the door for her.
Because they were letting go, people weren't traveling anymore, so they wanted to see where they could make cuts. So my singing group was one of the groups that got cut. And so for me, it opened the door to do this with Armand full time. So before I had to juggle my schedule with Epcot and with Armand, and it got a little stressful for me. And then that happened, and it was like, okay, thank you, God, for opening that door for me.
And we've had relationship challenges where something changed before we wanted it to. And then later on, we end up with someone else, okay? Maybe the biggest example of a feeling of rejection is divorce. However, for most of us, we've had at least one of those, and it worked out.
It did. Yes.
So we all have tons of those. One of the biggest opportunities for us to realize that all was well, or to be forced to see all as wellness when it didn't feel well, was during COVID, because I was in a home.
Right. Can I interrupt you, though?
You can
first?
interrupt anything you want.
So we love these tools that we can use, like divine order. Everything's in divine order, or there's no such thing as rejection. Or, we make a wrong turn, and now we're late, and we always say, we're supposed to be down this road. We don't know why right now, but we know maybe if we went the right way, something would have happened that we didn't want. So we always use that. But we also want to make sure that we don't hide those feelings of either sadness or anger or disarray, that we honor that. So, because if we keep those inside us, then we get stuck and we don't have the freedom of joy and all that things that we want in our lives. So it's good to cry. It's good to yell if we need to yell, because that lets that out, because we have to let that out so that we can have more joy in.
Thank you for that, because yes, you can actually be in a higher place of joy and trust if you honor your emotions. Remember the movie Inside Out? Did anybody see Inside Out? She wasn't honoring her sadness, her grief, her despair, and disgust. And they were fighting her from the inside out until she acknowledged them. Ram Dass has a great saying: when I hear challenging, painful emotions and thoughts knocking at my door, I invite them in. I acknowledge them. I give them a quick drink, and then I show them the back door. You see, you acknowledge them, you're loving them, you're saying, I hear what you say, thank you, I don't want to neglect you. You have to go now. I got to get back to my...
I also like your tool that if, like, we are at a restaurant and you want a certain thing, but they don't have it on the menu, what do you say?
I say, oh my God, thank God, I'm not supposed to eat that on this day.
Right.
Oh, here's a really good thing I've learned recently. I don't know where it came from. It came recently. So we've been together 23 years. And sometimes we have differences of opinion. Now, in the beginning, we agreed on everything, but now we rarely agree.
Oh, that is not true.
See? So I learned this new tool, and it goes like this. So I might say, I really want to do this song at the concert tonight. I really feel like it. And Angelina will say something different.
Oh, I'm not sure that really feels right tonight.
Oh my God, I had the same thought. I was just not conscious of it. It's great in marriage. If it's not important, if it's not an important thing. If it's an important thing, you need to state your case. If it's not an important thing, just go along and, yeah, make up something. So last night we did a song in the concert. By the way, we had really fun. It was an intimate group, but it was a lively, exciting group. And
yeah, like we said last night, a lot of laughter right from the beginning. You know, sometimes people kind of look and go, what are they doing? But right from the beginning, you all got who we are, what we did. So
and with the size of the crowd, we kind of said, well, we're going to cut the thing short. We couldn't leave. We just kept going and going because it was like we had stuff we wanted to share, and it was bringing stuff back to us as well. So everybody was getting kind of high last night. If you remember what we did in 2019 when we were here, we did a service called Getting High on God. And there's so many wonderful ways to get high together with connection and laughter and fun and all that kind of stuff. So we did a song last night that kind of deals with the idea of rejection. Have you ever offered somebody a fabulous tool like a movie or a practice or a book and they didn't like it? And it feels like rejection. Now, it's not rejection, but it feels like rejection, okay? Maybe one of your friends did this fabulous program, and they said, oh my God, you're gonna love it, and then it doesn't sound interesting to you. And so maybe that feels like rejection to them, but it's not, because there is no one-size-all spirituality. We have to find our own original path. And so this is a song that is a Neil Diamond song. Do we have Neil Diamond fans out there? Neil Diamond song. It was originally called Sweet Caroline, but I changed it to Sweet God of Mine. And basically it's like, God, how come there isn't a nice, simple plan we can all follow? If you've been in traditional religion, one of the exciting, I don't know about exciting, but one of the simple things about that, they tell you, this is the way it is, you do it this way and everything will work. And we got into here because we wanted to find our own individual path. Because, following everybody else, all of you are color out of the lines people. I can tell that right now. Color out of the lines people. And so we're color out of the lines people. And so it's actually good that somebody's practice doesn't work for you and that your practice may not work for them. Like we're completely obsessed with the Barbie movie, and about half the people we talk to can't stand it and have no idea to watch it. And they can't help it if they're wrong. But anyway, I'm kidding. What's that? Well, we've seen it 11 times. Once in the theater on her birthday when she turned 61. Then the next time we saw it on IMAX. It came out a couple of months later in IMAX. And then we bought the download and watched it another 9 times there. Okay, so anyway, so this is Sweet God of Mine.
Not to say, but we go to YouTube and there's quizzes on different shows and stuff like that. How many quizzes have you done, Armand?
Oh my God, we are killing the quizzes. Okay, this is a sing-along. We hope you will join us. And again, what works for you may not work for another. What works for another may not work for you. And that's the beautiful aspect of life. Where it began, I can't begin to know it. All of my friends were going strong. I took a class in the spring, but it felt more like summer. This Bikram yoga feels so wrong. You ever done Bikram? Let me tell you about it. Hot. It's really hot. Need some air. Let me out. I can't breathe. Sweet God of mine. This hot yoga feels so bad. I've been inclined to wish that I never had signed up. So I tried something new, a sitting meditation. I threw out my medication too. Big mistake. Sitting upright, legs crossed and body aching. Spent 40 minutes faking peace. Knees, hurting knees. Close my eyes, going deep, but I fell asleep. Sweet God of mine, Why can't I just use a chair?
A chair, a chair, a chair.
One that reclines. I believe you just don't care, God, or do you? I have to find my own individual path, a path that I'm allowed to be fully self-expressed, that works for me. It doesn't matter what works for anybody else. I got to do my downward dog. I got to do that thing called the tree. Oh, sweet God of mine. How come I don't feel so good?
So good, so good, so good.
Sweet God of mine. My yoga teacher said I would. Sweet God of mine. How come I don't feel so good?
So good, so good, so good.
Sweet God of mine. Eckhart Tolle said I would. He said, you must become completely disidentified from your ego. Oh. So yes, COVID, we had two experiences with COVID, but COVID was really tough because I was at home so much and I missed being with you. I missed the happy drugs that I get from being fully self-expressed, at making money and meeting people. And I didn't even realize how valuable it was for me just to call administrators at churches and centers all over the country and just have those conversations every week about when the right time would be to have us come. I was missing it. I was getting depleted. Now, Angelina had a different experience.
I did. I love the traveling and I love meeting everyone and being with people, but I am an introvert, so it's really important that I have my alone time. And so being home is a great way for me to recharge. That's how introverts recharge. And so for me, COVID was really helpful because I found, I didn't realize it, but I was getting a little burned out from go, being on the road and everything, that I had time to really just be in my space, my sanctuary, my home. And I got to clean out the garage and clean out closets and organize, and it felt really, really good. And the other thing I found, about 5 years ago or so, I got a lump in my throat. And I went to the doctor, and he said, nothing wrong with your vocal cords or anything, but you have something called a global sensation. And they don't really know what causes it, but a lot of times they say stress and anxiety can create this lump. Being home from COVID, I no longer had that lump in my throat. So it was just, okay, thank you, God, that I had that time to get rid of that stress and anxiety that I didn't realize how big that was until I was able to be home.
Amen. And while she was having that joyous experience, I got depressed. Okay? And while I got depressed, I watched a lot of YouTubes. And while I was watching YouTube, a young lady came on and she did a little program. It was actually a TED Talk on YouTube. And it said, failing at normal. And I said, sounds good to me. Let's check it out. And what she was talking about was adult attention deficit hyperactive. I call it condition because I don't like disorder. There's nothing disorderly. It just needs a little focus. And she was talking about how we act and what we need. We need dopamine, and we need extra connection, which they call it the extra vitamin C, vitamin connection, which, by the way, everybody out there in cyber world, we love you. Thank you for being here. I think we saw a little register. It was 125,000 people from all over the world are watching this program today. That's phenomenal. But we want you here in the seats because there's something happening here that you can't get there. And it's extra vitamin C, vitamin connection. So we want you to come here and be with us in the sanctuary. Okay, so, I mean, not today, but I mean, yeah, come. So what I realized as I did some studies, I thought I had outgrown a lot of that from my childhood because they didn't call it ADHD when I was a kid. They called it hyperactive destructive disorder when I was a little kid because I was in trouble all the time. You would have never imagined that. I mean, yeah. So I had my own seat.
I love your condition though,
Thank you,
because
thank you.
I find it entertaining and it keeps me, alert
Squirrel.
and on top of things. So I really enjoy.
So, but what I did is I did a lot of research on it, and I found out that I had filled myself up with so much stimulation in my life that I was just managing. I was masking it, okay? And the challenge that was really humbling for me was that I was so eager to keep us busy and on the road and doing things and going to zoos and going to theme parks and blah, 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 that I didn't honor my bride's need for not so much of that. And so we made a deal. The next 20 years, we start going the other direction to compensate for the fact that I have overworked her to get the extra dopamine I need, and now I found other different ways to get it. My latest new way to get extra dopamine is something that is torture, and that is cold water therapy. Does anybody do it? So anyway, the home that we're staying in now in Scottsdale has a pool. It's got about 62-degree water in it right now. And I get in it for 3 minutes. Got in it last night after the concert, got in it this morning. Hate it. But while you're in there, your body's going, we're gonna die. Let's figure out a way not to freeze to death. And it does a bunch of great stuff. It raises your dopamine by 250%. It raises your norepinephrine. Not the author, norepinephrine. The norepinephrine gets raised by 500%. You get more energy, you feel better, and your organs, out of fear of dying, start to get stronger, and they figure out stuff. So it's the weirdest thing. Have you ever noticed some of the things that are the most painful give you the best results? Can you call it exercise? Can you call it eating a salad instead of that burger? That can be painful. But there are positive results about, doing something that's uncomfortable. So anyways, changed our whole life from feeling rejected by the world. A lot of the world felt rejected by this great pause we went through. There were so many gifts in it that so many people found, okay?
Right, so I'm going to talk about something during COVID that we decided to do, a crazy idea, although the outcome is great, but we decided to add an addition to our house. Not really realizing how much chaos that brings into your home. And but we built this place. And also during COVID time is not a good time to do an addition because they're short of supplies. So you have to wait for the supplies and then the price goes up. So anyway, the outcome's great because we have a great music room to practice, perform, on videos and that kind of thing. But one day, it was evening, Armand was resting, and I'm listening to some water sounding like it's dripping in the living room. So I go out there to see, and the drip has become like a stream. They didn't tarp up the place where they cut into our house to put the roof on. And it was a major storm in Florida is where we live. And so I'm putting a bucket over here, now I need a bucket over here, and
She looked like one of those Chinese acrobats, with the
So I
plates and
finally
stuff.
woke Armand up because I needed a little help. And so Armand came downstairs and we sopped up all this water that just kept rushing in, and we kept thinking, everything will be okay in the end if it's not the end.
1,000 gallons of water came into our home. Okay, that was my estimate from how much, because so the minute I come down and I go, okay, we can't think, we have to just act. So I went, Alexa, play Okay in the End by Armand and Angelina, because I needed to hear that. So she starts playing that, and then I said, Angelina, if there's anybody I know that knows how to make lemonade out of lemons, it's you. Let's just get at this thing.
I didn't have any lemons, but I had limes. So we made margaritas.
So we're sopping it up. I learned how to do something. She does the laundry. She doesn't even want me near the laundry. But I learned how to do spin, cycle, dry. Spin, cycle, dry. So we used tons and tons of towels to soak up the water, and I was doing that. And finally, Angelina says, Armand, why don't you use the shop vac? Brilliant. So we brought the shop vac in, sucked up all the water. It took about 8 hours, drinking margaritas, listening to music, sucking up water, making the best of it, knowing that everything would be okay in the end, and got everything taken up and pulled the carpet way back and put fans on it, and we just worked really hard.
And we felt very blessed that we were home, because if we had been on the road or so, we would have had a coming home to a mess.
Yeah,
So
a huge mess. So we called the insurance people out because some of the furniture had gotten a little damaged and some spots in the carpet had gotten damaged in the drywall. And they gave us a $6,000 assessment. That's going to cost $6,000. And what they said was, if you do everything, replace everything that got hurt, $6,000, you have a $500 deductible. And all the rest of the money is going to come to you, whether you use it or not. You have saved your carpet. You probably don't have to replace it, which we didn't. I said, I'm not going to replace any of the furniture. It's got a few little water stains on the bottom. That goes, that's all right. Your insurance company will cover this. And so we actually had extra money to help pay for the extra $20,000 that it cost. Again, that what looked like a rejection, what looked like something bad, turned out to be something good. Now, one of the things that bugs me, and I don't know if you're like this, but it bugs me when somebody takes this platform, this honor, this place of honor and privilege, and uses it to self-promote. I wrote a book, which we didn't have the last time we came here. So we're going to share this one little page from the book that fits in with today's message. Everything will be okay as soon as you are okay with everything, and that's the only time everything will be okay. Michael Singer, one of our buddies that lives in Florida, lives a few hours from us. Faith, F-A-I-T-H, faith, has been said to stand for feeling all right in the heart. Okay, faith. Feeling all right in the heart doesn't mean we understand it all the time. It doesn't mean we don't get confused. It just means that we trust, as John Lennon said, everything will be okay in the end. Being confused is okay. Thinking that there is something wrong with us for being confused is the problem. As Byron Katie says, how do I know it was meant to happen that way? Because it did. I know that sounds simple, but that is not easy to take on. So that's what we're going to share with that idea, that's how you know it happened the way it was meant to happen, because it happened. That's your only choice. You can't argue with what has happened. Has happened. So for our final song, before we go into the message, the offertory part of the service, I want to share with you a little tiny bit more about the idea of when something feels like a rejection. So you go to a restaurant, okay, and they're closed, and you trust that there's a better place for you. Again, it feels like rejection, and as Angelina said, you feel it and experience, and then you look for what's going to come. It reminds me of that old story about the two kids on Christmas Day, and they didn't have anything under the tree. They got up real early before Santa Claus could even bring stuff, and they went out in the front yard, and some kind of a big horse or something had gone through the yard and done a big pile of manure in the yard. And the little pessimist kid goes, oh, Merry Christmas, pew. The other kid gets all excited, is running around. He goes, there's got to be a pony around here somewhere. But we can be that kind of person. Start looking for the pony. You're still going to get to the pony. You're still going to get to the good stuff that the universe is conspiring on your behalf. But don't you know that when you start looking for it, it comes a little bit easier and it's more fun, the journey. That's what it's all about, making the journey as wonderful as possible while we're dealing with life's ups and downs. So, my friend told me, there's no such thing as rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. And I said, you do not give a songwriter a quote that rhymes, or he will, or she, or they will make a song out of it. And so I went, there's no such thing as rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. And it was going to be a nice little song. But then my inner pirate came out and went, na, 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 arg. I had just written a pirate song. How much does it cost for a pirate to get an earring? About a buccaneer. Where do pirates go for fast food? Arby's. How much does it cost for a peg and a hook? An arm and a leg. Where do pirates get their hooks? From the secondhand shop. This is No Such Thing as Rejection, the pirate song. We hope you will sing along. There's no such thing as rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. It's never rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. Oi! Na, 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 na. There's no such thing as rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. It's never rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. Na, 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 na. On the day that I was born and slapped upon my cheeks, you'd think that I would ascertain the world as rather bleak. But I heard a voice of wisdom, and in my ear would ring, don't think the world is against you, there's no such thing. The world is never against you, there's no such thing. Your turn. Na, 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 na. There's no such thing as rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. It's never rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. Na, 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 na. At an early age, I thought true love would be my quest. Though many trials and tribulations put me to the test, there were a dozen lovely maidens, much heartache they would bring. I thought the world was against me, but there's no such thing. I thought the world was against me, but there's no such thing. Your turn. Na, 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 na. There's no such thing as rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. It's never rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. Na, 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 na. I'm moving through my renaissance into my middle ages, becoming fully realized. I trust my inner sages. My quest is done, I found my bride, this holy grail I bring. The world was never against me, there's no such thing. The world was never against me, cause there's no such thing. Your turn. Na, 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 na. Thank you, my lords and ladies. What's a pirate's favorite letter? You'd think it was R, but we fancy the C.
All right. So was that not a beautiful treat? Thank you, Armand and Angelina. And we're also very appreciative that we're on your list to come back. Because we definitely want you to come back. So yes, that was very, very beautiful. So now is the time to celebrate the abundance of our lives and the abundance of our community. Before we go over the offering affirmation, I wanted to let everybody know that our Armand and Angelina, they're selling their music and they want to gift it to everyone. So it's available out in the bookstore. There's a table set up out there, and it's based on a love offering. So whatever you want to pay for their music, and you can see, I mean, they touch you in many different ways. Your heart, your head, your everything. You feel it all over. So their information, their CDs are out there in the bookstore available for you. Okay, and then I also want to remind you again about the flute workshop that's going to be after service. So let's say our giving affirmation together. I live in a consciousness of good. Divine love blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, and so it is. Just want to remind you that we are not passing around the offering plate. We have drop boxes in the back of the room on the way over to the wonderful food and also in the bookstore. And we appreciate all of your pledges, gifts, and tithes. So thank you very much.
So we're going to invite you to stand up if you would like. Oh, let me get this. Well, that's it. Thank you. We're going to sing a song from Godspell. And this is Day by Day. And instead of Dear Lord, we're just going to say Dear God because it's a bit more inclusive, even though the word Lord just means teacher. So Ernest Holmes was a Lord, right? It's just a teacher. But anyway, there's a stigma. It's a bit of a loaded word. And so we're going to say, oh, dear God. Okay. Oh, yeah, go. Day by day, day by day. Oh, dear God, three things I pray. To see thee more clearly, love thee more dearly. They're dressed for the occasion. Follow me more nearly, day by day. Oh, let's jive it up a bit. Day by day, we got Wonder Woman. Day by day. Oh, dear God, three things I pray. To see thee more clearly, love thee more dearly, follow me more nearly. Day by day, I feel disco coming. Day by day, ooh, ooh. Day by day. Oh, dear God, three things I pray. To see thee more clearly, love thee more dearly. See thee more clearly, love thee more dearly, follow thee more nearly, day by day, day by 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 day. Woo! Thank you all. Potluck, costume concert, or contest, native flute class. Thank you all for being here. Namaste and namaste.